Welcome to another player interview. Here is the guest we'll be learning about today.
I've been playing Mabby for around 5 years in total, but my history with the game goes actually a little bit more further back than that. I took a very, very long hiatus, maybe around 11 years. I started playing in 2010, and I played up until 2013, and around there is where I started falling off of the game, and real life started kicking in. So I just kind of dropped the game, and I simply basically just never came back up until a certain someone motivated me basically just to give it another try, just for nostalgia's sake. But after coming back, I've been back for 2 years. I've been gone for so long, it gave me like a fresh appreciation for the game. It felt nostalgic and new at the same time. It reminded me why I enjoyed the game so much in the first place. When I usually pick the moments when I have the most fun, group gatherings, funny moments, or even events for the game. The Mabby Reddit, from what I've heard from many others, is a little notorious for being a tad unhinged. But if you think about it, what isn't unhinged nowadays? I sometimes try to lighten up the mood with silly moments that people can relate to, or just good screen captures. I really like the screen capture and like the scenery, the characters. This whole game is just like a screen capture panorama or whatever. I just love taking all kinds of pictures all around, and I like sharing it with the community. Within my Discord, I do have a screenshot gallery where I just get to see everyone's, perspectives and their characters or whatever they're doing. So I like sharing it onto Reddit because it's a different audience there compared to doing it onto the Discord, On the bright side, you never know. You never know where those images might end up sometimes. Sometimes it might inspire someone to just come and try out the game because, hey, look, that character's super cute. You can customize them. You have these awesome gestures and chairs. Like, let me go ahead and give that a try. So even if it like helps one person find the game, then I'm happy just doing that. My favorite NPC? There's actually two. And I'll start with the first one, which would be Vaunst. He is the liquor dealer in Vales. I get all the good stuff from him. It's the good stuff when it comes all the way from Vales. That place is chilly, so you get it nice and cold. I have a warm pimp straight to him, so I'm always there whenever I need some liqueur or anything for some recipes. But my other NPC would be Glennis. Glennis is a sweetheart. She basically has everything that I need on a daily basis to do my cooking in Mabby. Obviously, that's how I get around and make my money, is just by cooking all the time and making recipes for friends. I also do a lot of cooking journals, and she basically provides all of those things and more. For those who don't know, you can purchase quest scrolls from her that'll help you skip a certain long recipe step. Not only like the quest scrolls, when you complete them, they're considered like repeatable quests. So if you're trying to like level up Brio, like the blue Brio, that counts as it. So she helps with that too. Or leveling your techniques, of course, like time shift and stuff. She's amazing for that. A lot of people don't know that, and they're like, where do I do repeatable quests? Like, just go to Glennis, buy the scroll for mixed vegetables, buy the ingredients from her, and then just complete it. It's super easy. I believe you do cap out on EXP for Brio, but I don't know if they made a change for that recently, but I do remember it was capped before. But she'll help you with that for sure if you're ever trying to get that time shift or redoubled offensive up quickly. She's your guy. Well, she's your girl. The moment I remember the most with my guild would be my birthday. This past September, we basically they had a surprise birthday party, my guild and friends. at a friend's homestead. I can't remember quite the whole situation, but I was tricked into going into the homestead where I was basically ambushed afterwards by all my favorite people, and they gave me basically a large birthday card, not handmade, but they all signed it and everything, and I really really appreciated that. I was not expecting that at all. I was maybe expecting just, hey, happy birthday, and like, hope you have a great day, but they actually ended up giving me a couple gifts that, if you can see on my character, I'm currently wearing them right now, which is the eyes that I have and the hair that I have. I really had wanted both of these for the longest time. The eyes were fairly cheap, and I had them in my inventory for a long time, but I would not put the eyes on unless I had the hair, and the hair was like 70 to 80 mil. And, that's kind of steep for hair. And I really wanted to improve my character to be stronger, to be able to buff better, and, just play content. So dropping 70 to 80 mil was not exactly on the list of options. So the fact that they gave me these was just like, oh man, I'm forever grateful to them. I used to have the same look for the longest time, for many, many years, all the way back in like 2010, 2013. My character's face was always the same up until this last year. So enjoy. I love those eyes. I love the hair. It's basically like the hairstyle and the eyes that she had before were basically like her younger self. And now that I came back to the game, it's like, okay, well, now I gotta look a little bit more older because now I'm older myself too. And I feel like that met pretty well. She used to have the anime mom hairstyle, the one that like usually the anime mom dies, like Full Metal Alchemist, how Trisha has her hair kind of like to the side. That's the type of hairstyle I always tended to have. So hopefully I don't meet that same end though, like they do. My favorite type of content creation is like tutorials and guides. I love seeing explanation of mechanics or gameplay, because Mabi doesn't really provide us a lot of good explanations, or it doesn't provide us sometimes in certain cases anything at all. So we kind of have to figure it out ourselves. Recently, we had to figure out how to do temptation, phantasm, or something like that. Phantasm temptation. And we had to figure out the mechanics for that. It only took us a couple tries, but we ended up getting it on the third try, figuring out all the mechanics and everything. So we're working on like making little guides and stuff like that for others to be able to just jump in there and figure out what to do, instead of just running around touching all the pretty flowers on the floor and just being like, why did I die? Like, what am I supposed to do? Because there is no indication at all. There are some letters that pop up here and there, but like, do you really have time to be reading that in the middle of just all that commotion going on? Having people who create content and tutorials like that is like really amazing. The community has been amazing for that. People like Cryozen or Pulse, even Yamanoki, like their guides, their information that they provide, like it's amazing. Like the time that they put into it is just so respectful. Like, thank you so much for what they do. Even till today, I still use their guides. My biggest achievement and proudest achievement in Mabi, recently I did hit the total 100k. I came back to Mabi 2 years ago as a levels total 7k, and I thought that was amazing. I thought that was like, yo, I'm up there, because just even being above 10,000 was like astonishing back in the day. Like that was just like, how do you even get there? And now look at me, I'm over here hitting the 100,000. So I was pretty proud of that. I'm not hitting the higher numbers, of course, but I mean, I think that number is just kind of like a showy, because once you hit 40,000, then it's like any number above that is just showing off. But aside from that, the other accomplishments I've done is I've completed 5 cooking journals for 5 different people, and I'm currently working on 2 more. So it's a lot of cooking, but it pays off if you negotiate nice and well, and it does pay for its time. But it is very, very tedious. The most proudest thing I can say that I have accomplished in Mabby was creating dinner. And completely following through with it. When I made dinner, I made it basically just for the homies, so we can just chill, run content, and just not have to worry about doing giant guild stuff. But originally the guild name was going to be After Hours, but the name was already taken, and I really am a person of the night. Like, I stay up super late, and most of the people that I would hang out with were after hours people, would like super late at night. Sometimes I would hang out from people from the EU or New Zealand or wherever, because they were up around that time, where the people from North America were like, yeah, no, it's 4 in the morning, we're dead asleep. So that's always been fun. I know that there's a breakfast, brunch, and even maybe a lunch guild. So I was very, very surprised to see that dinner wasn't taken, especially with like all the years and names that have been put into this game. Like, it's so hard to find a name sometimes. So that was nice. Dinner wasn't going to take off as much as it did, mostly because I just kind of wanted to have the crown, because the crown is a little yellow, and if you can tell, that's kind of like my thing. But I am going to be passing down the guild to my officer pretty soon, just for a little while I go off and, I'm doing some courses pretty soon for like 10 weeks, so won't be on Mabby as much soon, but she will be taking care of things for now. But doesn't mean I'm not going to be here. I'll still be around. Benefit the game or change? Let's see. I would like them to fix the percentage displays on the cooking meter game for many recipes. Maybe even add like a better cooking animation, depending on the cooking type. Almost like Breath of the Wild style. You know how they kind of like mix in all the ingredients, and it just kind of like does a little fun sound music clip, and boom, your thing is ready. Compared to like the cutting board and the knife, where like you want to mix things, because obviously mixing is one of the categories, but the animation is the exact same. You put down like this weird looking log and you just cut it. It's like, hey, go make an orange juice. Okay, let me pull out this log and let me start cutting it, because that's how you make orange juice. Like, instead of having that log, maybe actually put an orange, or squeezing out the orange, or little subtle things like that. I know that doing that for basically all the ingredients and recipes is a lot, but maybe a workaround would be nice. Or even like adding a little "so tasty" at the end when you complete a 5-star dish, instead of doing that little announcement. When you complete a 5-star dish, you have to write down something. Well, you don't have to, but it's an option. But I really wish they would give us the option to not have that pop up every time, because I cook a lot, so having to exit out of that screen is kind of tedious. I mean, even like seeing an Arcana for cooking would be kind of cool, to be honest. Like a food fight, or hey, let's use a rotten egg and throw it at Iru-san, so he can get a debuff or something, because now he's super stinky. Silly little things like that. But that's just kind of catering to my little theme here. So any names I'd like to give a shout out to? I would give it to my wife. She has supported me for such a long time, and she's taken care of me, and I have taken care of her in return as well. Playing Mabby, she eventually joined me. She didn't really like the game so much at the very beginning. She gave it a try, and she was like, this is just not for me. But many years later, she gave it another try, and she got into it a little bit. And I was just ever so happy that she joined me in something that like I really took a lot of passion into. So lots of shout outs to her. Much love. Another person I'd like to give a shout out to would be Mimi Min, and she goes by Erinn. Without Mimi, I wouldn't be on Mabby anymore. Me and her go way back into the Mabby's toddler days, basically, like 2011, 2013. We met in a guild called Black Wings, and that guild was a lot of fun. We had a ton of adventures, great times, and we voice chatted into the late nights talking about the game and many other topics. Just getting to know each other since we spent so much time with each other playing on the game. That guild and that experience that I had when I was much younger, I was a teenager at that time. That experience is what brought me back into Mabby, because I love that spark in the community that I found, and I had tried looking for that same spark in many other MMOs, many. I've tried tons and tons, and I've made guilds in other MMOs and a bunch of other things, but it just never clicked like it did with Mabby. So me and her decided, hey, let's go to Mabby. Let's go give it another try, and just for nostalgia's sake, let's go take a look at our old characters. And that is where we made a mistake, because ever since then, I have not stopped playing at all. She has taken a couple breaks here and there, but I've pretty much stuck to the game since then, and it's been almost 2 years. The other person I would like to give a shout out to is my guild officer, Steph. Steph and I met during the Erinn market days. There was a market outside Channel 6 near the northern side of Dunbarton. And there was a group of people who just lined up the side of the front of Dumbarton with kiosks. And we would sell all kinds of things there. Food, materials, fish, and we would just all go there and hang out. Sometimes I would log in and spend 8 hours just in that spot chatting with everyone, because that's how much fun we would have. Like, we would plan to get on to play the game, but we just get lost in the sauce and conversation. But that's where Steph came in. Steph randomly just popped into the market and started hanging around. And she eventually decided that she wanted to join dinner with me. I told her that, hey, dinner isn't that big, like there's not a lot of content going on for us, and we're just kind of just chilling here. And she decided that's fine and joined us. Weeks later, maybe even months later, the guilds became a little empty and a little stale. Like, not much was going on, mostly because I just wanted the crown. I didn't want to lead many people and stuff. Steph had helped me. Well, not had helped me, but I had asked Steph, hey, if you want to leave to go to another guild, a bigger guild or something, to do content, because we're not doing very much, not a lot going on, like, you can leave, like it's not a problem. She's like, no, I'm quite happy here, like there's not much going on. But she was content. And 2 weeks after that situation happened, that's basically when the guild blew up. Like, we had so many people joining. The Discord was made, which just kept growing and is still growing to this day. She's helped out with the Discord, with newbie players. She's done so much for me that, like, I can't ever, like, repay her for all the things she's done. She's very kind, and I give all my love to her too. Other things that I do aside from playing Mabinogi, I do play other games such as Peak, Repo. I like playing Helldivers, Monster Hunter. Recently, I bought this game called Super Battle Golf, and I've been having a blast with that one. It's super simple, super basic, but, like, if you have a good amount of friends, it can be pretty chaotic. Like, it's just a ton of fun. I do like spending a lot of time with my wife whenever I do get the chance, when I'm off Mabby as well, and just off the PC. I am, like I did mention earlier, I'm going to be going to school for a little bit to learn some French. I'm working on my third language. I do know Spanish, so it does help out my French a lot. So I do have quite a few things going on in real life. The most recent food obsession that I had was I actually had this a couple days ago, maybe even last week, but it's called a tortelloni rosé. Not tortellini. Tortellini is the smaller one. Tortelloni is like a bigger one, but just filled with more goodies in there, mostly cheese. But the one that I had was with jumbo veal, beef tortellini, a rosé sauce, and topped off with parmesan at the top. It was at a very fancy restaurant. We went on a date, and it was. She had something else called gnocchi or something like that, but it was like a potato-based, like little squish ball, and that was also really like both of those dishes that we had were just amazing. And I will definitely be going back and having that again at that restaurant. But my food obsession, the one that I go crazy for, absolutely bonkers, is Mexican street tacos. Not at a restaurant, nowhere like that. It's got to be from a food truck or just some man with like a cart selling tacos outside, because you know that's the good stuff. Um, Got to add a bunch of cilantro on there. Got a bunch of like chile verde, some red salsa, just all kinds of sauce to spice that thing up. And then you got to drown it down with a nice, refreshing Mexican Coke in a glass bottle. It has to be a Mexican Coke in a glass bottle. And it has to be the one that says exceso calorías, which is obviously excessive calories, because you know that's the really good stuff. I'm here for a tasty time, not a long time. So if the tacos is what does me in, so be it. Something that I find very important to me is space exploration. I love keeping up with new discoveries and learning more about what's out there beyond our world. There's something exciting about knowing how much we don't know yet. Recently, I was following a interstellar comet called 3i Atlas. If people don't know, Interstellar isn't just a movie, but interstellar means that it came from outside our solar system, from the space between stars, which makes that so fascinating to me that we've only confirmed a handful of interstellar objects. So this is coming from outside our solar system completely. Like we don't even know where the origin is, of course. It just came out from the blank of space, entered our solar system, and we caught it. There's only been, I think, like 3 comets that have been registered. I cannot tell you the other names of the other 2 because the names are a little odd. And I would not even try to pronouncing them. But 3i Atlas, I believe last year it came as close as possible to Earth. So it was a really good opportunity for a lot of people to learn about it. It was a little odd. There was even theories that people thought it was like a spaceship coming in, because there are some odd, things going on with that comet, with the propulsion and stuff. But it passed Earth. It passed Earth and it hid behind the sun, so we couldn't see what was going on. But thankfully, NASA and a bunch of other space programs have satellites scattered all over our galaxy, and apparently, the 3i Atlas is on its way to Jupiter, and we do have a satellite over there that might be able to catch the closest image that we can of that comet before it completely goes back into, space, interstellar, and all that. Once it reaches Jupiter, because of Jupiter's gravity, obviously being the biggest planet in our system, it's going to alter the direction of the comet. So who knows where it's going to be leading to afterwards. That sense of discovery and curiosity is something that I really, really value in both games and in real life. What kind of advice can I provide? Well, for real life, I would say this is a saying that we say in Spanish. I say it often to myself because it motivates me. and sometimes I'm just feeling really, really lazy, but just saying this over and over and over kind of brings it back out of me to get that motivation running. And it's dale con ganas. Do things with enthusiasm. Put your heart in what you do and actually want to do it. At the end of the day, you're the main character of your own story. So you treat your choices like they matter, because they do. Advice from Abby? Take your time. This is really a marathon, not a sprint. So take your time. Play the game the way that you want to play your fantasy life. 'Cause that's the theme. Play the way that you want to play. Don't let others decide, hey, this is meta, so you have to have this. You have to do this. Like, no. You could just be a Mabby lifer. Steph calls herself a Mabby lifer. As soon as Mabby Life comes out, or New Life, that's what she dedicated herself to immediately. And I think I might be doing the same thing too. I heard that a royal chef is on the list, so I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, don't let other people dictate your pace and your goals. Take it a step at a time. Enjoy the journey. Don't just go out there and rank all your skills up immediately as fast as possible because you want to reach endgame. No, the point of Mabby is just enjoy the journey. But most importantly, especially if you're playing Mabby, talk to people. Talk to people. Socializing is honestly the core of the game. Some of the best experiences come from the people that you meet along the way. And I did play Mabby alone for a long time. I did accomplish a lot, but I can only get so far by myself. If I wanted to get any further, of course I had to join parties and groups and guilds and all that stuff. So it really helps to get to know people. Sit down. I know going into Mabby, most of the people you see will probably be AFK. It's notoriously known for that. But when you do see people moving around, running around, what I would do is I have all my gestures on the ready. So I go up to people sometimes if they're chatting, talking, or if they're just doing stuff. I just go up to their characters and I just start spamming like jump. And I'll start jumping right in front of them to try to get their attention. They're like, hey, what's up? And I'll be like, hey, I like your character. Your character's super cute. Like, I love the design. You know, just start talking to them. And sometimes you find best friends like that, just vibing, just chilling out there. That's how I met a lot of people, and I still continue meeting people like that too. Nowadays, instead of jumping, I have been breakdancing in front of people. I have been buying as many dancing gestures as possible to just mess around, because Mabby is fantastic for gestures. I've never been in another MMORPG that has the type of gestures and the fashion that Mabby does. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to go through my answers. I really appreciate the opportunity that you gave me to do the interview. I'm really grateful to be part of the Mabinogi community. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm really excited for what's ahead. Keep an eye out for Reddit posts, because I do those very often. I try not to spam them too often. I kind of give days in between. That way it's just like, oh, it's not just Mart, posting. Like, I can see that getting annoying. But if you ever see a post, feel free to say hello or leave a comment. I do plan on making videos for Mabby, little shorts, kind of like how Tamara does over here as well, but a little bit different. You know, add my own little slice of life to it. But thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a good time.
Thanks for taking the time to get to know someone from our community. Make sure to check out our other interviews. Goodbye!